That's Gamblers with We're Bound to Be Together. It's on Rising Stars, the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We are here tonight with Michael from Gamblers. We're very, very blessed, very lucky, and excited to have this conversation. Michael, how are you, man?
I'm doing well, Rick. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the support that you've shown to us over the last few months. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no doubt, man. This is a great track. You guys are an excellent band. I did speak to you, I think, about a year ago, relating to your other your last record, I believe. And a good friend of ours, TJ Penzone, connected us. So I think that you guys have really been making an impact, right? Why don't you tell us a little bit about the band and, what you've been doing over the last, couple years?
Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about that before we got on the air together. We had a conversation, like you said, I think it was closer to 2 years ago.
That's right. 2020 never happened. I forgot.
And yeah, it was a crazy process when we were putting together this record. It started out with one lineup, and then that fell apart, multiple lineup changes. And then we ended up getting signed to a distribution deal. So kind of all the conversations that, we were having kind of became irrelevant because now we had, the picture just changed so drastically. And, it's funny. I do remember having that conversation with you, and I appreciate you like still supporting us, even though that particular time, it didn't go through as far as us working together. I mean, who knows about the future, but, I do appreciate you like being down for that. It's part of it was just a crazy journey. Like we had so many different meetings and like label opportunities, and finally we were just like, it was funny, like as we were basically giving up as far as like trying to like get the record signed or whatever, it happened. So I think that's like sort of a good lesson where it's just like, when you let go and just step forward, like is when things come to you, which is sort of funny. But yeah,
I think there's an old adage like that where, people give up right before they're about to be successful. So it's good that you guys struggled along and now things are looking up.
Yeah. I mean, we were never really gonna like give up in the sense of not doing music anymore. I mean, I'm a lifer at this point. I've been doing this for 20 years or whatever it is. But yeah, it was just sort of letting go of that grip of like trying to control outcomes, and it's just weird how the universe works, where we were kind of rewarded for being like, all right, we're gonna let go and we're just gonna move forward. And next thing you know, we end up getting signed to a major distribution deal, and now the record's out in stores and been on the radio, and like it's set us up nice for the new record, which we're actually about to start. So it's just trying to put the pieces together, man.
So the thing that musicians like the best is playing shows. I know one as a musician myself, and so again, like 2020 didn't happen. Do you guys have anything planned for the fall, or have you looking at 22 yet, or what's your scenario as it relates to getting back out there on the road?
So I when this question comes up, I want to be really delicate, and I don't want to seem like out of touch or anything like that. But I think the way that things shaped up, from not from a world perspective, just from the band's perspective, it sort of did us a lot of good in the sense that, we were able to kind of look inward and get a sense of what was going on. We spent a lot of time writing this next record. We ended up doing we ended up having our original drummer come back into the band. We got a really awesome few new guys into the fold because we were really focused and able to just focus on putting the band back together and work on new material. We have Jimmy Usher, who's also in these people, as you mentioned them, and he was in Edison Glass, and he's in Heavy Duty Super Ego. He's playing with us now. Cool. So that's good. And then, yeah, as far as the live stuff, we actually, obviously we didn't have a chance. Our record came out in September, so we didn't have a chance to do an album release. But what we ended up doing was sort of a virtual album release, and we filmed a full concert at Patchogue Theater for the Performing Arts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and we streamed it live on New Year's Eve, so it was kind of, we had people join in, and it was actually really fun. It was cool. It was the turnout, like virtually, was even better than I expected. So it was fun to do something like that. Of course, we want to get back to playing, but I got to be honest, I'm not too excited about like all of these like masks shows and excuse me. I don't want to do some like low capacity, everybody with a mask on type of deal. To me, that's like depressing and weird. Like, I'm just going to wait until things get back. You know what I mean? And in the meantime, we're going to work on this next record and shoot a bunch of videos and get our stuff going. But, we'll play when the time is right.
I know
I
it's
don't want to.
April, and like is it like it's almost like foreboding that it's like, all right, well, honestly, are we gonna literally lose 2 years now? Like,
I think so,
because
man.
oh my Lord.
I mean, I
So
think this summer is a wrap. Like, I know everyone's excited. Everybody's like,
you're
everybody's
right.
acting like, but I don't see it happening. I mean,
Nothing's gonna happen. They just canceled Great South Bay today.
I know. I saw that. I feel bad for Jim. It's 2 years
I
in a row.
know.
But
Shout out to
but
Jim,
but I gotta be honest, man. Like, I'm not rushing to go play a show that's 25% capacity. Now there's a great joke to be made right there about like local bands being able to draw anyway, right? But
Yeah.
but the point is, like, I'm really not rushing to go play a show where a bunch of people are wearing masks and like you have to be socially that's for me. I'm not into that. Like, I'm gonna keep doing my thing, put my head down and do what we got to do, and then when things are back again, then we'll come back.
Right. I mean, I miss it a lot.
I do.
I'm definitely a guy that might go out and do like a 3-hour acoustic set of covers just to be like,
Yeah.
damn, I gotta get this out of my system. Cause it's rough. Now I understand, with the full band, I agree 1,000%, but
Right.
maybe you sneak out there acoustic one time or something, go out, play in a park or, just do
Well.
something. You know what I used to do? I used to go to Washington Square back in the day. I'd
Right.
take a train from Merrick, where I grew up, and go to Washington Square with the acoustic guitar, hang out. You might have some guys offering you some stuff, if you know what I mean.
Right. Yes.
And bring some food and a blanket and a pick. And you're getting the ladies to come over. And well, actually we had female members of my band, so it made it a little bit more difficult. But I digress. I mean, it's
No, I get it, man. Like, look, we're gonna do something, right? Like, we did that show at the Patchogue Theater. It was a virtual thing where we streamed it. But we'll do something in a live context. I'm just not sure what it'll be yet. We are throwing around a couple ideas about doing something at another location that's maybe a little more different, like off the beaten path a little bit, and putting it out there online. But yeah, it's also weird because, again, and I want to be delicate about how I express this, but it was sort of good for us to kind of be able to take this time to really focus on getting the band back together, getting this record out finally, working on the new material. And then also kind of like our stock as a live band has grown exponentially because, now our record's out and we've been on the radio and we've had, a little bit of success. So that now when we go back and play live, we're at a different point than where we were 2 years ago. I mean, now we have a little bit of value on our end. So maybe, the shows should be better. It's not out of the realm of possibility that an agent enters the picture, that
right.
sort of thing. So it's actually been good for us. I have to be honest.
Where can people get the record?
So basically, obviously, all the regular places online and stuff like that. And then we did, our record came out on the second record store day drop of 2020. So it was September 25th. And we were in part of this program called the Coalition of Independent Music Stores through Record Store Day, and those guys were great, and they got us into a bunch of basically about 45 to 50 stores across the states, a little bit of a couple of places in Japan and London. As far as locally goes, again, outside of all the usual suspects online, we're in Looney Tunes and Infinity Records in Massapequa. There's a couple of other local places, I think, off the top of my head, but I know that for sure those two places. And then, all the usual suspects as far as social media and, the DSPs are concerned.
Why don't you throw out all your handles and your website?
Sure. Thank you, man. So the main website is gamblersmusic.com, which I think by the time this comes out, our new video should be up there on the homepage for Form and Flood. And thank you again for spinning that tonight.
Yeah.
And then as far as social media, our handle is @GamblersBaby on Instagram, Twitter, which I just got banned from Twitter today for 12 hours because they announced that Lee Zeldin was like going to run for governor, and I kind of said something I shouldn't have, and they shut my account down for 12 hours. I'm not a fan.
Power to the people.
And where else? Facebook is /gamblers, just because I'm difficult. But yeah, man, those are all the spots. I don't think I left anything out. Oh yeah, TikTok too, which is I hate that we're on there, but we are.
You make silly videos?
I do. It's funny. I used to be quite a drinker. I'm not anymore, and I used to do a lot of stupid videos when I was maybe had a couple, and
gotcha.
Now I took it over to TikTok, and I try to, I don't know, man, we didn't have TikTok when we were, when you were at the downtown and we were over there, we didn't have TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, no way.
But you got to do what you got to do.
Phones were actually just phones back then. If you really want to date us, forget about it, dude.
Exactly.
It is a brave new world, as they say. But I really want to thank you for coming on tonight, man.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. You've been great. Thank you for the support on the radio. And, I know that we did have a conversation about doing some stuff a couple of years back. Thank you for just always being there for us.
Any kind of help I can give you, lending a hand, if you will, I'm happy to do that.
You've been great, man.
Keep me posted on what's new with you guys, and we'll keep playing the music. Speaking of playing the music, we're about to play your brand new single. There's a video coming out. Really excited about that. Here they are. It's Gamblers with Form and Flood. It's on Rising Stars, the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.